Well, good evening and hello. We are so excited to be here. It's Thursday night. It's time for Debt Free Life. Woohoo! And here's Miss Jordan. I'm a few minutes late, so she's probably like, "Where are you?" Anyways, I'm going to share my screen here. Hey, Miss Jordan. I'm sorry I'm late. Ooh, can you unmute?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. Um, let's see here. Why don't you go ahead and get us started? And I am going to put us up on Facebook. You want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. I am Jordan Gillum. I am living in currently Seymour, Tennessee. My husband and I were a part of Symmetry Financial Group, which is the insurance brokerage that allows for us to do everything that we do for our families that we come in contact with. I would say the most exciting thing that we do as far as serving our families is helping them get out of debt. And I mean, I never thought that this was something that we would be able to do in our career. My husband and I, as well as Betsy, we've been doing this debt-free life for about a year now. What we were really inclined and called to do was just figure out a way to share this with our community as often as we possibly could. And then, bam, coronavirus happened. We had a scheduled meeting at Betsy's business. We were going to pass out flyers and meet you guys in person, but we have to accommodate with what we've got. So we're all working from home. As you can see, I'm in the comfort of my own home. And basically, it's just been awesome because we've been able to take down our borders. We're not just helping people in Knoxville. That's where we came up with the name, was Debt Free Knox, because Betsy and I are in Knoxville. We saw ourselves just doing this in Knoxville.
Yeah.
So it's been really awesome because the borders are off and we're all working virtually. We've been able to make a heck of an impact. So I'm just really excited. I'm glad I partnered with this girl because, man, she's incredible. She's got the heart for this, and it's exactly who I want by my side whenever we talk about this every week. And go ahead and introduce yourself.
Well, thanks so much. And hey, we are having some technical difficulties, so we're going to post this to Facebook after we're done. So just so you know.
Okay.
But anyways, yes, my name is Betsy, and I'm just thrilled to work with Jordan as well. I've learned so much from her, and just thankful that we get to work together on this. It's really fun. It's one of my favorite parts of the week. But yeah, I live here in Knoxville. I've got my husband's a church planner, and we have two boys, second and fourth grade. And Debt Free Life has just been a complete game changer for our family in terms of our financial future. Just really opened up a lot of doors that we never thought would be possible for us. And so that's one of the reasons that I'm super passionate about it, is because I know what it's done for us. And then as I've been able to help more families and businesses and churches, I find the more that I do it, the more I just want to help more people. Because really, when you see what it does, like when you say, hey, we're going to pay off this debt, and then, man, that debt is gone. And man, people just get so excited. I get so excited, and I'm like, let's go help some more people. So anyways, so what is Debt Free Life? We're going to go over that tonight. And we start off by saying, hey, are you 100% confident in your current retirement plan? And what if you could eliminate all of your debt in 9 years or less without spending any additional money? And that's, in a nutshell, what we do with Debt Free Life. And so here in this little webinar, we're going to teach you, show you with Debt Free Life how to reduce the interest that you're paying to lenders, erase your debt, decrease your taxes, improve your tax flow, and save money. And then you're going to retire with tax favored income, to where you get to keep your money in retirement instead of waiting until then to give Uncle Sam a big old chunk of money that you've been saving for. So now, why do we have these pictures up here of these random people? Well, these are not super random people. These are people that have used the Debt Free Life product to become successful. So names like Walt Disney, Doris Christopher, the Pampered Chef, Ray Kroc with McDonald's, J.C. Penney, others would be Warren Buffett, the Rockefeller family. These are people that have used the debt-free life type product to become financially successful and to keep their financial success within their family and to continue to grow their empire. And so this is something that it's not just, okay, a year ago, Jordan and I threw this idea together. No, that was not it. We were trained to be able to offer this, and then through that just learned how many of the financially elite have been using it for like 2 centuries, really. And now we get to offer this to your average American family, to my family. It's changing the course of our financial future. And so this is what also we get really excited about. It's something that's proven. When we talk with people, we can talk about guarantees. We don't have to try and hide things or try and fudge the numbers ever. No, we can be 100% completely open about everything that we're doing. And that's very important to me. And I know to Jordan as well. And so as we talk with families and stuff, we just get to tell them the truth and make a big positive impact on their life. And we love doing that. So Jordan, let's talk about how we do it. Let's talk about some knowledge. Yeah.
Yes. So basically, what Betsy and I like to do every week, and if you've watched this multiple weeks, thank you for still listening to it because it is basically the same info every single week with the same level of excitement because it doesn't change. The product doesn't change. How we feel about it doesn't change. We're excited about it. But what we do is we lay out some knowledge so that you can understand why debt-free life is the smartest route for taking care of debt. And I'm going to go ahead and get started with it. So we have this game of life. The game of life, when we were playing it as kids, it was all about trying to accumulate as much wealth as possible. When in reality, whenever we go through the game of life, if we want to call this thing a game, the life of the average American is just accumulating debt. We're accumulating debt to get ahead, and basically putting money away in a 401k, hopefully not seeing it hit our paycheck because then we'd just spend it or put it towards, the debt that we have. But we put money towards a 401k. We're constantly paying off this debt. And then when we get to the 401k, we're thinking, sweet, hey, why is this not as much as I thought it would be? Oh, and then next we got to take taxes out. And then we're relying on friends and family, charity, Social Security, trying to pay our bills at 65 years old during our golden years. So the average American goes through not the most fun trying to have the things that the game of life taught us. As long as we kept doing the schooling, as long as we kept on buying the homes and having the kids, we'll be wealthy. Really, that's not really how it works. So let's talk about it on a grand scale. The debt epidemic in the United States prior to this year, which has been the heckest of years we've had yet, $13.6 trillion of total debt. Let's take a look at what this means on an individual scale. The average American has $250,000 of debt in their household. That is between auto loans, homes, student loans, credit cards, you name it. There's about 250,000. You may be watching this and thinking, yeah, that sounds about right. Or you're like, geez, that's a lot of money. And then there's other people who are like, well, I mean, I guess that is average. I might be unfortunately above average or something like that in that moment. But what happens, like I was referencing, because of the conditioning that we've all been through, 26 cents of every dollar is all we have to live off of and to save for the future with, because 34 cents of every dollar is going towards interest and 40 cents of every dollar is going towards taxes. I'm going to repeat that again for the sake of the fact of making sure you guys understand what this really means. 34 cents of every dollar that comes into your bank account is going to pay interest somewhere else. Somewhere else. 40 cents of every dollar is going towards taxes. I remember when we got certified, they started labeling off the different taxes that we all unknowingly pay, or if you pay attention, you're probably very annoyed by the amount of taxes you pay, and you understand that 40% is right. But I mean, how in the world are you supposed to get out of debt? Well, this average American, when we apply a debt-free life product to their life, they have $0 of debt, and they're able to live off of almost double the amount of income. There's 48 cents of every dollar actually staying in the bank account. So like Betsy said, we're reducing interest, we're reducing our taxes, and we're drastically improving our cash flow. Also, even bigger than that, guys, Look at this. Total assets by the age of 65. Did you know that in your lifetime, between when you started working and 65, that the average American touches $2 million, but we only have $60,000 in funds at retirement? Now, that is not how I envision my retirement. I can't do the things, live the life that I want to live, at 65 on $60,000.
No.
If I eventually have kids, I want to be able to spoil them. I want to be able to travel. You can't travel and pay your bills in 1 year on 60 grand.
No.
And so there's a lot of things that we are dreaming of in our life, and 60 grand ain't cutting it. And if you're watching this, I don't know if 60 grand's going to cut it for you either. What about you, Betsy? Does 60 grand fit in the way that you envision your retirement with all your babies?
No. Because you said you'd want to spoil any kids. I mean, I've got kids. I know that I'll have grandkids, or my nieces and nephews are going to have kids, and I want to gloriously spoil them all. And and I want to be able to serve in my community, to give back to my community, and be generous, and and maybe travel, and I want to not have to worry about money when I'm retired. And I know that if I only have $60,000 when I hit 65, there will probably be some worry in my mind, and that's not what I want, to be honest. So here, you want to tell them about the compound interest? You did such a great job the other day when you did it.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. So we joke about this because Betsy is actually a math teacher by trade. So she does literally this part every time because she literally lives and breathes math. And so when she let me do it one day, and I was like, oh, like I did okay. You know what I mean? So we like, thank you. We like to educate on the power of compound interest as well. Like I said, this is a knowledge section. We want to teach you about compound interest. So Albert Einstein, obviously one of the smartest people who have walked this earth, he's got a quote here: compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it, and he who doesn't pays it.
Yeah.
Now, what does that mean? Think about banks, guys. Think about who is collecting compound interest and who is paying it. Think about the conditioning that we've all been taken through in our lives of understanding how to get ahead. When really, is that really getting ahead, or is it paying someone else? So let's look at what compound interest looks like. We're actually reading a book, and highly suggest it. Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. Am I saying that right? Yeah, Jeff Olson, The Slight Edge. Greatest book. I just reread chapter 2. I could reread it every day of my life. It's so good. But what they talk about in there is the power of compound interest, not just like in actions to get ahead in life, but just the power of compound interest even in monetarily. And what does that look like? If you were to give it an option of $1 million today versus a penny doubled every day for 30 days, which would you choose? This is just showing you the power of what compound interest could do over time. Let's say we chose the penny. Obviously, we don't have $1 million. We got 2 pennies. But watch what happens. From day 1 of having 2 pennies to day 10 of having $10. Now, compound interest, when you start a compounding interest account, doesn't do the maximum amount of impact on the total amount until time goes by. Time is in your favor when compound interest works for you. So when you see 2 cents to $10, you're thinking, man, I really should have picked $1 million. But 10 more days later, your $10 turns to $10,000. And you're like, still not $1 million, but I mean, it's better than 2 pennies. But watch what happens though. From 20 to day 30, you got $10 million. That is what I'm talking about, is going on against us if we're paying compound interest. Now, what if we could earn compound interest?
Yeah.
We would be the people who understand this concept, and we would also be the people who would be benefiting in a compound interest account, which is very hard to find nowadays. It's very easy to find an account that you can pay compound interest on. It is not so easy to find one that guarantees you compound interest that serves your family. We found it. So we're very happy with it. Yeah.
That's right.
So I am so Thank you. Thank you so much for letting me do that. I
You're
love
great.
it. Betsy, why don't you show us how Debt Free Life has helped a family get out of debt? Like on a person, on a one-on-one, what their situation was versus what it is now.
Perfect. Yeah, so here we've got this family, and so we used a picture of my family.
Yay!
Yeah, and so, but the numbers that we're using are a family that we helped get out of debt. We just want to protect their privacy, of course, and not splash their picture and information all over the internet. And so, we changed names and then changed the picture just to be safe. But and also, I'm a proud mom. Aren't my boys so handsome? They're growing up too fast, though. Oh, I wish they would stop. Anyway, so here we have just a family. This is kind of what we do when we talk with someone about debt-free life. It's kind of a process to do that. So the first thing we do is sit down, we kind of explain what debt-free life is, and then we go over like a financial analysis. So we talk about what income you're currently making, what you would like to make when you retire, what kind of plan you already have in place for retirement, whether that's 401ks, different kinds of savings. What are you hoping in terms of with debt-free life? What kind of concerns can we address? This particular family said, hey, obviously we want to eliminate our debt, control our spending, save for retirement, wills and trusts, providing for education for our kids or grandkids, and also just maximizing savings. And so, this is important to point out here too, because sometimes I actually work with people that don't have debt, but debt-free life can still help them with controlling spending, providing for education, maximizing saving, preparing for retirement. So we always like to ask, because not everybody has debt. Most people do, unfortunately. But even for those that don't, we're still able to help. And so you see here they've got 3 kids. At this point, they haven't really prepared anything for college. So there's a lot that we can do here with debt-free life. Okay, so here we've got their, my son's coming in here and motioning to me that I need to eat dinner. Okay, I will after we're done. They take good care of me. But so, when we think about, hey, we need a plan for our future, a plan for retirement, debt is going to be working against you. Okay, so because you're trying to save and get higher, but then at the same time, you've got this compounding interest that you got to pay on your debt, and it's working pretty aggressively against you. So here's the debt that this family has. It's about $2,100 in total for the month that they're paying, $2,177. They've got different interest rates on the different debts, credit cards, medical, vehicle, furniture, mortgage. Pretty common. And so when we ask them, hey, let's add everything up, what is your total debt? And they would say $180,000. Okay, and so we like to break it down. We like to get as specific as possible, and we'll show you why in a little bit. Sometimes people will just say, well, I've got this much debt. I say, okay, hey, let's break it down just a little bit, because the more information we have, the more we're able to help you. Now, this is when it kind of hurts. So the total debt is $180,000. But then we've got real debt, okay? And so the real debt is when we run it through our software and we apply all the different interest rates and the time period for the loan. And so if you look at here for this particular family, Mark and Joyce, it was going to be $380,000 in debt over that 30-year period. And so that's over double what they thought their total debt was. And, so this is usually a big shocker for people. It's something that is uncomfortable. We all know that we have to pay more in interest, but then kind of seeing that number in front of you is like, oh, that is unfortunate. That is painful. And so here, though, this is the best part. This is the fun part. Someone asked me the other day, do you like your job? And I was like, I love my job. It is awesome. I love getting to do this. It's so fun. And they were like, well, isn't it hard working with people that are in debt? Aren't they like upset and kind of stressed, because they've got debt? And I said, well, yeah, but this is why it's so fun, because they come and they've got, this stressors of debt, or this, it's uncomfortable. and I get to show them a solution that brings so much joy, so much hope.
Oh man.
I love it. That's like all that I'm about as a person, is like meeting people where they are and trying to just, bring joy and bring hope, and I get to do it. Here we go.
Dang.
So it was going to take them 30 years to get out of debt. We can get them out of debt in 7.8 years. We're going to save them $122,000 in interest. Save $122,000. That means that's going to stay in their bank account. Never going to go out to lenders. This is what, how can I not love it? How can I not? Oh, okay, sorry. I love it. So then we get into even some more specifics, like, okay, hey, let's compare your current plan with your debt-free life plan. 7.8 years versus 30 years. You'll pay $77,000 in interest instead of $199,000. Now, over a 30-year period, you're also going to increase your liquidity by $1,434,387. That's increasing your liquidity. Okay. And with your current plan, you would not have that option. But with debt-free life, just by getting you out of debt, we're also going to be providing you with that increase in cash flow. It doesn't get any better than that. And like I said, we like to get specific, because then we can show you specific results. And so here, like we're saying, hey, 7.8 years. September of 2027, their house will be paid off. They will be completely out of debt. Oh, hey, when are you going to pay off your credit card? Oh, May of 2021. So we get to be super specific. At the beginning of June, we called them, hey, it's time to pay off your medical bill. That's a great phone call. Hey, let's set up a time. Let's pay that off, shall we? I mean, this is exciting stuff. We love getting to help people and just kind of get to be a witness and get to be a part of that joy that their family is experiencing. So when we talk about financial freedom in your future, like, this is what we mean. We get to show you how to make that come about. And now look, that's $2,177 back into their bank account and into their budget each month. They don't have to pay that out to lenders. Now that goes towards their future. That's where that $1 million is coming from. They're saving that over, instead of paying it for 30 years, they're only paying it for 7.8. And then the rest, the 22.2, is just going towards retirement. Now, here's the great part. They can access this at any time. They don't have to wait until retirement. They don't have to wait until they're 59 and a half to be able to access this. They can access it at any time, with completely tax-free, no penalties, no kind of fees. Financial freedom. You're in control. It's their money. I mean, it's just great. And we're able to work with guarantees. There's no risk involved in this. Someone asked me, okay, now what's my risk? And I was literally able to say, there is no risk. You actually have no risk here, and your money's only going to grow. You can access it at any time. I'm just here to help you. Enjoy. And so I had one family that they were going to save like $2 or $3 million for retirement. I mean, it was crazy.
Wow.
So they actually said, hey, thanks for our millions.
Hey, you're welcome. No, that's awesome.
It took me a minute. I was like, well, I was like, yes, you're welcome. That makes me so happy. I love that. Thanks for my millions. So anyway, some of the benefits of the Debt-Free Life program: achieve peace of mind. You discover unused money in your budget, and then we're able to use that to create the Debt-Free Life program. So that's why we can say you can do this without spending any additional money, because we're working with you like, hey, what's already in your budget, and we'll go with that. You're going to maximize your cash flow, dramatically increase your savings. That's a big word, but if you're saving over $1 million, that's kind of dramatic.
That's pretty dramatic.
Getting out of debt in less than 9 years. And we'll show you in a minute, like over, since we've been doing Debt-Free Life, what's our average, and it is less than 9 years. Oh yeah. prioritizing accounts, and then again, retiring with that tax favored income. And, just going back to that first one, peace of mind. What would it feel like to be completely out of debt? And to be like, okay, well, I know I'm going to be completely out of debt by this date. For me and my family, it's December of 2028. We just moved into our house, but we will pay it off completely in 8.5 years.
It's amazing.
Yes. That's amazing. And this is even better. Like, we'll pay it off in December, and then the next year is when Nate goes to college, my older son.
Aww.
And we will still have money in the bank to be able to send him to college without any debt.
How amazing. How
I
amazing.
mean, you want to talk about
that.
peace
Can't beat
of
it.
mind.
Can't beat it.
Can't beat it. All right, so where do we go from here, Jordan?
Basically, you guys got all you need. I hate to say it just like that, but really, it's as simple as that. You have now gotten some knowledge to be able to weigh about, does this make sense? When in reality, it does. Especially watching a family go from 30 years being in debt to 7.8 years, and then having 22.2 years of not having to make those lender payments, those interest payments. $1 million saved for retirement. Saved, not invested, saved. So it just comes down to your decision. Who do you want to be like? You want to do what everybody else is doing, or do you want to get out of debt? And that's achieve your financial goals with debt-free life. That's basically what we got here. So Betsy and I, we like to always end our very short Thursday meeting with just sharing with you guys an actual testimonial from, and there's a whole bunch of them. If you guys go to sfglife.com or even to our page, debtfreeknox.com, you will see more testimonials on there. We like to share at least one, just to end this on a good note, because rather than hearing it from us all evening, you might as well hear it from someone else. Oh, you gotta log into Zoom.
What's your name?
Jacob Hawkinson.
And Amanda Hawkinson. And where do y'all live?
Hagerstown, Maryland.
How much debt are y'all carrying?
$161,398.
And before debt-free life, how long would it have taken you to pay off your debt?
About 38.2 years.
Now, with debt-free life, how quickly will you pay it off?
8.9 years.
And how much interest will you save?
$28,220.
How much retirement income will you create?
$1.4 million.
Wow.
Last but not least, how does this make you feel?
Pretty amazing.
I love that, man.
I know.
Like,
It's always so fun.
Every time, man, I get goosebumps every time I watch these videos, because it's true. Like you were saying, the best part about what we do is watch the hope light up in someone's eyes again.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. It is.
Hello, my name is Pat.
Here's another one.
This is my wife, Cassandra Dilworth. We really appreciate Mr. Ron Williams for a debt-free life. In 6.5 years, I've been debt-free. I've saved over $108,000. I just appreciate that. I know my wife appreciates it. Yeah, so we got in this situation, but now we're out of this situation. So,
I just appreciate them for educating on how to better have our finances.
I love it.
I love it. Oh, I love it.
Okay, we are so excited.
Oh,
so
well,
what is your name, ma'am?
Alejandra.
We gotta figure out how to stop it.
We can just do it all day, right?
No, right? No, seriously, I enjoy this. We ended also with just letting you know, with our little piece of the earth, what kind of impact are we making? Let's take a look at this. Bang! $8.2 million of debt eliminated. This isn't the company. This is Betsy and I. Betsy's been putting in a lot of footwork. I've been working a lot with mortgage protection recently. Betsy's been putting in a huge amount of footwork of helping families recently. So I do want to make sure credit is given that I am a piece of this. I am not all of this as far as what we've been doing. But this is Betsy and mine's numbers combined for Debt-Free Knox's impact. So $8.2 million of debt eliminated. Let's look at this. $1.6 million of interest saved back into the pockets of our families. I love this. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Yeah.
$26 million of projected retirement increase. I can go to bed very well at night knowing that this is what we're doing with our families. And we can't wait. We're so, oh man, It is, you got me so good. Oh my gosh, that used to read 9.2 years, but what it just means is that, Betsy and I, we're just meeting families, and they're seeing the value of debt-free life, and it's making a huge impact. On average, between all the families we've met, our families are getting out of debt in 6.7 years. That's amazing. I love it. How much money though did they have to add to their budget in order to? Oh yeah, that's right. They didn't have to add any additional dollars to their bank, like to their budget, to their, what's going out of their bank account. They don't have to change a thing except for where they're putting it and hoping that it grows for their future.
Knowing that it grows. Knowing
There you go. Knowing that it grows for the future. You're so right. No, you're right. I love that. And we love what we do. If you can't tell, I mean, Betsy and I do this every week, Thursday at 6. We do share this on Facebook. We also have our Facebook group, Debt Free Knox. You're welcome to share any material that we have, just to make sure that the world knows, because our borders are down, y'all. Like, we're available for the United States to help people get out of debt. So share this info. If you know somebody where debt is not being a benefit to their life, which is a lot of people, go ahead and share our information with them, because this might be the very thing they need. You can go to calendly.com/debt-free-knox in order to schedule a short period of time with us. We'll help you fill out a financial analysis form just to take a look at your situation, or just answer any questions that you have in regards to debt-free life. But Betsy, go ahead and send us off. But I just want to go ahead and just say thank you so much. I love doing this. Go ahead and say goodnight and send everybody off.
All right. Well, you did a great job, Jordan. This is always such a joy to share this with people. And like we've said, we love it. We would love to work with you, work with your family, your business, your church, your organization. We've done it all. And whatever debt you have, whether it's a whole lot, whether it's a little bit, we would love to help you and help you look into a future with financial freedom. So have a great week, and let us know how we can help. See ya.